Hello, lovely people. Thanks for tuning in back to the channel. Today, I have got a video for you where we learn to jam Niagara particles into moving towards the player character, camera, or wherever you want. And for those who are ready to close the video already, this is not about eyeballing using forces and all, but actually sending the particles towards the character. Now, the first instinct for someone is to simply use a point attraction force and plug in the user position to that. I wish it was that easy, but we will still try and we will succeed. Otherwise, this video wouldn't be there, right? Here we have a fresh Unreal Engine 5.6 project. Let us set up the level before we cook. If we hit play, then we can move around. Perfect. Now we can move on to the Niagara particles. We create a new Niagara system from the fountain emitter. We also place this system in the scene, and we want these particles to be attracted to our character. Opening the Niagara system and looking at the particle update section, the first obvious order of business is to use the point attraction force and give the position of our character as the attraction position. This is where we want to give the position. Now, here is the problem. Niagara cannot access the character position from the level, at least not in any straightforward way. So, what is the solution? Well, a new weapon in our arsenal called Niagara parameter collection. We create this thing, and inside here we create a new vector. And the keen-eyed amongst you might have also noticed position. And the obvious question in your mind would be, why not use position when that is exactly what the point attraction force slot uses? Well, I will explain the issue in a few seconds. For now, we go ahead with vector and rename it to player position. A trick to renaming is click it once, wait for 1.5 seconds, and then click again. That way you should be easily able to rename it. Playing click champion with this or right clicking doesn't work. Once done, we move to the level blueprint or an actor blueprint, which we can use as a manager now level. In here, we need to update that variable at every tick. So we search for get Niagara parameter collection and select our parameter collection from the dropdown. From the return value pin, we need to drag out and search for set vector parameter. In variable name, we give the same name as in our parameter collection. Now we need the value here. I am going to use the camera position for demonstration, but you can go for player or character or any other item from the current level. I will just quickly do a print string demo to see if it is actually happening. And yes, we have set it up correctly. Now, I show you why you cannot use position in Niagara parameter collection. As you can see, there is no functionality such as set position parameter available to us out of the box. I do not know why Epic did not do it, but we are here for the destination, which we will get to one way or the other. And the other way is to use vector. Anyway, now we know that our variable is getting constantly updated with our desired position. We should be able to just plug it in at the attraction force position and call it a day. Well, what did I tell you at the start of the video? I wish it was that easy. If you go there and try to look for a parameter collection variable, no luck. It doesn't let us plug our vector into the position slot, even though at heart, both of them are three floating point values. Again, without complaining, we search for a solution. And it is presented to us in the form of the scratchpad. Do not be daunted by this monstrosity. It is essentially a watered down version of Blueprint solely for Niagara particles. If you want a quick intro to it, let me know in the comments and I'll make a separate video about it. It has only been 3 days since I learned about this thing, and that too for this video, so it's not like I'm some expert. Enough ranting. We first change the name here to something meaningful. As an input source, we need a vector, and we add an output as a position. Connect V to P, and it converts automatically. Done. Done, right? Well. We are not out of the woods yet, since the output position of ours is currently bound to this forest of a scratchpad, the so-called scope issue. We need it to be available to the entire Niagara system, which can be done by changing the scope to output. Now we are out of the woods. So we apply and save and go back. And we just drag it to the top so that this conversion happens foremost in every frame. And here we plug in the value for our NPC. Now our scratchpad is doing the magic and converting vector to position. And if we go to our force, here we plug in our output from the scratchpad. And voila, all the connections are correct. And with any luck, if you go back to the scene and hit play, we should see the magic. Huh? Where in the road to hell did I do a good deed? Wait a moment. Let me tweak a few things and change force value and radius. And now, sorry, I got a little too excited. We have particles getting attracted to the character. Magic. And if you stuck with me so far, then do me a small favor and like the video and subscribe to the channel. If you are feeling extra generous, then maybe drop in a comment too. Keep visiting from time to time to check my videos out and give me those sweet dopamine hits from seeing my channel grow. Thanks for watching and have a great day.